Hello everyone, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how you can create your own network, Artnet or SACN Gateway using just a Raspberry Pi. So a link to everything today will be found in the link below in the description. So yeah, first off you want to head to the Etcher website and download their software. This should take a couple of minutes, and then you're going to want to head over to the Raspbian site and download the Raspbian stretch with desktop and recommended software. So once Etcher's downloaded, you're just going to want to install it. It's just your basic installer, nothing hard about it. That should take a few minutes, as you can just see happening now. Okay, so once that's downloaded, you just want to wait. You need to select your device and just make sure you've got the right one, because it will completely wipe it. Also throughout this video I might make a few mistakes, and I'm going to be showing the mistakes, so if you end up making the same mistakes I did, then there are remedies for them. So once the file has finished downloading, you just want to go ahead and click select image. Select the image and then just check your device is definitely the correct device. Click continue and then just click flash, and this will take a few minutes, not too long. This will then also validate after flashing, which will double check that everything's copied over properly. This isn't real time, by the way. Like a lot of things in this video, I will have sped it up, otherwise we will be waiting around a very long time. So once all is complete, you're going to want to take your micro SD card and plumb it straight into your Raspberry Pi, and then you're going to want to take the power and plug in the power, and then you should get a red light which is just saying that it's got power, and then the green flashing light means that it has booted or is reading something off that micro SD card. This is a section where I apologise for the really bad footage. My intensity card wasn't working, so I just had to film the boot up process, but the rest of the video is not like this, I promise. Anyway, your Raspberry Pi will boot up, and then this should only take about 4 or 5 minutes. Again, I'll have sped this up. So once the boot up process is complete, you should be met with a screen like this, and you just going to want to fire through the options. Just click next and then just skip everything unless you're connecting via Wi-Fi, and then you will need to connect to the Wi-Fi, or unless you want to change a password. As you can see, I've just skipped all that, so it will give us the default password, which is raspberry, and the default username, which is pi. You'll also want to make sure you skip the software update, because we will do this in terminal in a minute. So before we head into terminal, we'll just want to set up remote access. We're going to do this using VNC, and all we need to do is go to the Raspberry in the corner, go preferences, then Raspberry Pi configuration. You'll then want to head over to the interfaces tab. As you can see in a second, mine is already enabled. That's how I'm recording the screen, but you'll just want to click enable, and that's it, that's VNC enabled. You'll then just want to click OK to exit out of this screen, and then we'll install VNC onto our computer. So to download VNC, you're just going to want to head over to the link which I've put in the description. If you scroll down the page a bit, you'll find where it says how to install VNC. Just click that link and download the VNC viewer straight from the website. Then you're just going to want to open this and install it just like a normal piece of software. Once this is finished, just click that big old finish button. You'll then need to just open it up, just search VNC viewer, and then you're going to want to add your Raspberry Pi, so just right click, do new connection, and then type in your Raspberry Pi's IP address, which you can find on the Raspberry Pi. Once you add this, just give it a name. I'm just going to call mine Pi for now. Click OK, and then you just want to double click it, and then this will ask you for a login detail. So the login details are case sensitive, so as you see I've put P with a capital P here, and it won't let me in, as you'll see now. So it's saying it's wrong. So all you need to do is just make sure it's lowercase p, lowercase I, and then Raspberry all in lowercase as well. Once you click OK, it'll just take a couple of seconds to connect, and then you are connected to your Raspberry Pi and you can access it now with ease. So now we can access a Raspberry Pi. We're going to want to update it using terminal. So open up terminal, and you're just going to want to type sudo apt-get update, enter, and then that will update. This normally takes a few minutes. This one is actually real time, so it doesn't take too long at all. So once that's done, you're going to want to write almost the same command, but just with upgrade instead of update. This one will take a while, so I've sped this one up. Completely depends on your internet connection, but it will ask you if you want to continue. If there is updates, just click Y, which is yes, and then enter, and then that will install the updates. Again, any links or commands that are used in this process are all available in the link in the description, so head over there if you don't want to be typing stuff. So now it's complete. We're going to open up our web browser, which does take a few minutes to load. So once this is loaded, you just want to go and close the tabs that it's trying to open, because it'll try and open a few tabs. Just close them. And then we're going to want to head over to the OLA repository and download the latest version. So that link is also available on the website, or you can copy it off the screen now. So once this page loads, you're going to want to just click the latest version. So ours is OLA 0.10.7. Scroll down to the bottom, click the tar.gz file. That will download. Should be pretty quick because it's only a tiny file. Don't click it, don't do anything with it yet. We're going to head back over to terminal, and then we're going to go into the downloads directory by doing cd downloads. This is a case sensitive, so make sure everything is typed in perfectly. You then want to just make sure that file's in there by typing ls so we can see the file. And now we're going to want to extract the file, so you can do this using the command tar space -xvzf space and then the file name that you were using with the included tar.gz at the end. This will then extract. It should only take a few seconds. We're now going to be able to see, if we do the ls command again, that we have two new files. One is unzipped and one is zipped. So next up we need to download a few dependencies for OLA to actually work. So this is the bit where I had a bit of an error come up, which I will show you now. So all the dependencies is quite a big command, so say you type in this is available on the website, and a great thing about VNC is that you can copy and paste, so you can copy it on Windows and paste it in on VNC. So as you can see here, it's saying that it basically hasn't installed, so it's given me a command to try to see if it can fix the broken install. So just going to type in that command now. It does say to use apt -fix broken install. However, I did end up having to use sudo apt -fix broken install. which did work for me. So now this is fixed, all we need to do is paste that command back in, click enter, and then it sets away downloading. So it will ask if you want to continue installing packages because it will use disk space. Just click yes or Y, enter, and that should download. This process does again take a little bit of time depending on your internet connection. Once this process is complete, we now are just going to go into that OLA directory by typing in cd and then the file name, but this time without the extension on the end. So mine is cd OLA 0.10.7. We then want to run the autoconfig file, so the command for that is autoconf-i. This will then take a few seconds to run, and then we want to type /configure enable rdm tests, and this will take another few minutes to run. I have occasionally got errors inside of this, but I've normally ignored them and they've turned out okay. So once this process is all complete, you're going to want to type in the next command, which is make, M-A-K-E. This will take a few hours, or in my case it just took about over an hour, I believe. So go away, maybe watch a film, come back, something like that, because yeah, this bit does take time, so I'm going to speed it up dramatically. I'll be back with you in a second. So once this process is complete, you're going to want to type in the next command, which is sudo make install. This again will not take anywhere near as long as this one, but may take up to 5 minutes. So I've just sped it up quickly. So once this is complete, we're just going to type in the command sudo space ld config and just click enter, and then we just need to navigate to a certain directory and open a folder, which you can see me typing on the screen. Alternatively, you can go to the link below and all this is written up there. Once we get to this rules section, we're just going to come down and paste in the command off the website, or the piece of text, and then we're going to do Control X and then click Y to save the changes and override it. And and then we are just going to reboot the Raspberry Pi by just typing reboot. So once it's booted back up, we're just going to want to open terminal and type in OLAD space -L space 3. This will start the OLA server. And then we're just going to want to head over to our web browser and open it. By the way, if it does keep coming up saying it can't acquire a lock, don't worry about this. This is just because of a plugin which we will be disabling, so you shouldn't get this error message again. So once the web browser is opened up, you just want to head to 127.0.0.1 :9090. Just click enter, and then that, hopefully if all has gone well, will load the OLA page. And then you just want to head to the bottom of the page and click where it says new UI beta, because this will just make it easier to enable and disable plugins. And then you just want to head over to the plugins tab, and then we are going to disable all the plugins apart from Artnet, E1.31 or SACN, and the USB one. So once all them are checked and crossed, just hit the reload plugins tab just to be safe. And then we're going to head over to the universes tab at the top, click add universe, and then if you want Artnet, on the input port you're just going to enable Artnet, but I want to use SACN, so I'm going to use SACN. So first give it an ID, then just give it a name, so I'm just going to call mine test. Check the input port you want to enable, and then click your output device, so in our case it's our USB device. Click enter, and then there you go. You now have a working network gateway. So what we now want to do is we want to stop the server. So we're just going to open up the web browser again. Again, I shouldn't have closed this, just keep it open and stop the server. So I'm just going to head back to the IP address and click stop server. And then just going to close out the web browser. You can reload it just to make sure it's 100% stopped. So we now are going to make the OLA server boot up on its own. So we are just going to head or type in sudo space nano space /etc/rc.local, and then you're going to scroll down to the bottom, and just before it says exit space 0, you will need to type in or copy the line of code from the website or off the screen now, and then just do Control X and then Y to save it, and then we're just going to reboot again. So once this is rebooted, we are just going to open up our web browser again. Give it a few seconds to load. And then we are going to open the IP address that we previously used. Hopefully it should save it so you don't have to type it all back out again. And then hopefully the OLA server has automatically started up without you having to type anything. And just check that all your plugins are working, because I found that occasionally some plugins won't start up. So here you can see the Artnet one hasn't started up on its own. So to fix that, you just click the little reload plugins, and then as you can see they're all now started up. You can also access your OLA screen from your computer or another computer on the network. So to do this, let me just drag this over, and make it fit. So yeah, to do this, you just need to type in your Raspberry Pi IP address. So in my case, it's 192.168.188.101, and then that same port number, which is 9090. Click enter, and there you go. You can then do everything you need to do remotely from the Raspberry Pi with the server. You can also add an extra universe if you want, so you could plug another USB to DMX dongle in, and that would show up and it should be usable. So to just make sure all this works, we're just going to open up our etc EOS Nomad software, and I've got my client dongle in, so I'm able to output up to one universe, and we're just going to see if we're able to output to the Raspberry Pi. So just very quickly, going to patch in some dimmers just so we can see it show up. So there we have channels 1 to 12. So now we're just going to open up our OLA server, so the link to the Raspberry Pi. We're going to head over to the universes, the test which we made, and then go to DMX monitor. And then we're just going to head back into EOS quickly. We're just going to put up channels 1 through 12, which are just patched 1 to 1 and outputting across SACN. So we're just going to stick them at full, and in theory, when we go back, we can see that it now has the values of 255, which means that it's outputting at full. If we drop this to 50, we should see values of 128, which we do, which means it's sending and receiving data, which is exactly what we want. So thank you for watching my video on how to make a SACN Gateway or Artnet Gateway. This project wouldn't be achievable without the people who create the OLA architecture. It's a great piece of software, and you can do a lot more than what I've even scraped the surface with today. So have a play around, figure it out, and if you want more videos of this kind of thing, drop this video a like rating or just a like, and subscribe. So thank you.